are, for the first time in a long time, back at Oologah Lake, and specifically we're in Blue Creek. We have gone into a creek. It's actually relatively difficult to get in here with a traditional boat. It gets real shallow. In fact, right now, my shallow water alarm is going off. Don't worry about that. So we're gonna see what type of fish there is to have up in this creek. I saw some bluegill popping just now. What is that, you might ask? Why, yes, these are new sunglasses. They're the blue lenses. They're exact same frames. They're Shady Rays. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but they're phenomenal. Super cool. Nice sunglasses, inexpensive, and they come with a lifetime guarantee. I would urge you guys to check them out. Again, they don't pay me anything, but if I find good equipment that I like, I'm going to pass that information on to you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to throw some lines into this water and see what we can find in this relatively shallow water creek. I think it's probably too bright, too hot for, oh, there's a gar. That was a pretty gar, that was a spotted gar. Yeah. I don't know, this may change from a bass fishing mission to a gar fishing mission. Tell you what, I'm gonna cast net a little bit and get us some shad just to have, just in case we start seeing a whole lot more gar. Got some shad for the shad bucket. Oh, holy cannoli. I thought this dark spot here was this is like the mother lode of shad. Like, I don't think it can be seen on camera, but there is just like shad everywhere in here.
I don't see any shad.
Probably won't, but if you throw something flashy in there, you might get something that's going after them. They're flashing in there. This whole area is one big giant cloud of shad.
I also don't have sunglasses like this.
So we made it back to the the secret spot, the secret creek back here. I mean, I don't know if there's any good bass population back here, but I do know that there's a healthy gar population. The creek that we were in leads to this creek. It's super duper shallow. In fact, I couldn't even run my trolling motor in it. Oh my goodness. It was a big gar. So there's, yeah, gar in here for sure. So I'm gonna rig up for gar, but this little area is pretty cool because to get back here, you have to go through a very, very shallow creek. I mean, like foot and a half deep to get back to this spot that's about 10 foot on average across. And oh my goodness, the gar have come with a vengeance. So I'm gonna rig up, and I guess we're gonna do a little bit of gar fishing, at least for a little bit. And then we might head back out to the lake and do some bass fishing. I'm gonna grab a shad. I don't know if I got any. I got to like the edge of the, oh yeah, I got some. Holy monkeys. I guess it was shad.
That's a lot of shad.
Yeah.
It's falling out.
There's like a cloud of shad. Well, we got plenty of shad now. I got so many shad, I don't know what to do.
That's a bunch of shad.
I'm gonna have to give them broth without any bread, whip them all soundly, and send them to bed. So there are swarms of shad all around us, and I'm seeing flashes of white of slightly larger fish to maybe reasonable sized fish munching on these shad. I don't know what they are. So tossing this Guggen Squad clutch. Is it a clutch? Yeah, it's the clutch. No, it's the banger, the lip crank. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're, either that or these are like the world's largest shad over here. What are these? There's schools of them. No, that's not shad. That's something else. Trying to find out what it is that's biting them. So I've got this shad colored crankbait. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's a shad.
It's a shad.
Can we eat shad?
These are giant gizzard shad.
Can we eat
I was wondering what it was that was flashing around out there. I knew that if I ran a crankbait through these swarms that at the very least I would at least accidentally hook something to figure out what it is that's in there. Come on, guy. These little guys are the dangerous ones. They'll hook you good. I can't tell if I just snagged him on the face or if he actually tried to eat this shad colored crankbait.
Eating themselves.
Cannibal.
Are you a cannibal, Shad? Do we eat those?
Oh man, sorry buddy. I messed up your face a little bit, but oh, yeah, well, bye. So that's what's in here.
Bunch of shad.
This must be like shad breeding grounds or something. I mean, goodness gracious, there's so many shad in here.
This goes deep.
I mean, we're just at like the mouth, so you can see the entrance there is where we came in from this, from that really, really shallow creek into this deeper, 10 foot on average creek. And I mean, with all these shad in here, I would expect that there's something else in here to munch on them. I know there's gar back here, but goodness gracious, is it just, I mean, if I were a bass, I could come back here and just have myself a big old buffet of some fat, tasty shad. I think that's absolutely hilarious that I caught a shad on a shad colored crankbait.
Cannibals or something?
I guess they're cannibals. Cannibals.
Oh! Looks like something's got mine now.
They're definitely attacking those littler shad. That is the first time that I've caught a shad on a rod and reel. That's pretty ridiculous. Well, we didn't know this was going to be a shad fishing trip. Ooh, did you see that shad jump clean out of the water? So as far as I know, this creek doesn't have any name. Do we want to name it Shad Creek?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's going to be an official name or anything, but that's what we can call it. I'm so surprised that we're not seeing anything other than shad back here. Like, we're seeing big shad eating little shad. And we saw a couple of gar, but I mean, these clouds of shad. Ooh, I see a gar. I see a big, beautiful gar. It's hanging out just underneath the surface. Guys, be quiet. Don't want to be spooking our dinner. Gotta figure out which way he's facing. I think he's facing this way. No, he's facing this way. Oh, maybe that's a carp. Yeah, that was a carp.
That's a giant carp.
That was a big old fat carp. You know what? Maybe it's time to bring out the bow. Matthews.
Whoa! This is crazy. Whoa!
Yeah. That's the benefits of having polarized lenses. Matthew's using my...
save up for one of these.
Yeah. Matthew's using my other set of polarized lenses.
Whoa. There's a bunch of big little shads going nuts on these guys.
Makes a world of difference. If you folks are wanting to do any sight fishing, especially when you're looking for gar, it is particularly helpful to have polarized lenses. Especially if you do not have clear water, you have slightly murky waters like what we got going on here. Yo, take a look at this, Matthew. You see these?
Whoa! I don't see any. No, I see a butt ton of shad.
Yeah.
Nothing? A bunch of shad.
Yeah.
This is nuts.
Leo, look at that. Well, hello, bird. Howdy. Polarized lenses will definitely let you see at least a foot or two into the water, even in relatively murky water. This little branch off of the creek is just loaded with shad. I mean, it is like, if you went swimming, you wouldn't be swimming in water, you'd be swimming in shad. And I know it's like impossible to see on the camera. I wish I had a polarized lens, but it is just chock full of shad. I mean, you see them popping at the top of the water, but all of this, we're just like, the boat is just like wading through a school of, like a cloud of shad. I mean, you can see them on the fish finder. I mean, it is just, Yeah, there's shad everywhere. Come out to play, Gar. Where'd you go? I see two. I got my sights on one. It just needs to get a little bit shallower so I could see it better. There it is. Oh, I shot high. Shot high and missed. They were kind of deep though, so I don't know if the net's gonna fall fast enough to catch them. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! That is a load of shad. Yeah.
That's a lot of big shad.
Woo-hoo-wee! Well, I would say we have a sufficient amount of bait fish. Look at these monsters. Oh, no, no, run away. Don't run away. Come back here. Big old slimy turd. Go get me something big, buddy. You know what? I'm gonna get us a little bit more bait and leave my reel open, because I've got us a big old school right here, and I'd hate to miss an opportunity to grab bait when we've got this big of a school. Oh yeah, that's another good haul. Okay.
Big ones. Big ones.
Mondo's here. That ought to do the trick. Get on in there. There you go. All right. Plenty o' shad. Goodness, it got hot. It got so hot. Hot, and there's no wind. So much heat. To what's going on. We left that little creek, just that Shad Creek as we've called it. We headed up out to the open lake. We were heading to Spencer Creek, but on the way over here I saw a ton of just bait schooling and some fish attacking it. So we decided to snag some of these bait fish and put some hooks out. But it is hot, like hot right now. So I don't know how long we can bear to stay out here, especially the kids. So if we put the bimini up, there's not really much room to fish, and you know, except on the fishing deck, but then you're not underneath the shade anyway. So we'll see how long we can stand the heat, and hopefully snag us some big open water fish. I'm getting some hard hits on my line, but I know it's not that shad. It is definitely, oh, yeah, that shad is not that strong. I'm hoping that, oh, come on. It may be that shad's too quick, though. Whatever's attacking it is having a fight to try and get it. Bait ain't alive anymore. He got eaten at, attacked by a gar. So I need to grab a new one. I don't know why it didn't take my bait. It may have been just a little bit too big for it to chew on. We just got to find that big gar, the big one. I think I'm gonna put the bimini up though, so the kids don't die. Let it take it for a little while.
It's running.
It's running?
It's fighting hard.
Okay, all right. Now. All right. It looks like it stopped, so get ready to set the hook. Take up some of the slack with your spool. Tighten it up a little bit. Oh, no. Set the hook.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, you got something. Keep pulling. Keep pulling.
No.
Keep pulling, Noah. Oh no, you just had a shad.
Wait. Blood is on it. Blood's on it.
Yeah, he got nibbled at. All right, get him back in there. All right. All right. I had a gar. Did it take off with it? Come on. It ran for a while. Well, come on, pick it back up, buddy. Come back around for your snack. Unless he, I don't think he could have taken my bait. Unless he's just sitting with it. It felt like a gar chewing on it. Well, I'm just gonna set it. Nope, nothing. Just got a shad on the end though. Oh man.
He chewed that up.
He got a chunk taken out of him. So passing by a boat that was out jug fishing, they caught themselves a big old catfish. And they didn't feel like cleaning just one catfish. So they asked me, ow, don't bite me that hard, if I wanted it.
Catfish?
And so I said, yeah,
there.
sure. And look at this guy.
Look,
It's a channel cat, or a blue cat rather. And so we're gonna take him home. So even if we don't catch anything else, we've at least got something to throw in the freezer. Let me get my line out of the way.
What is it?
Keep reeling, Matthew. Keep pressure on it.
It's a big one.
Oh man, it's deep. Wherever it is. Get my line out of the way. Oh, deep.
What is that?
Oh, I think you caught a catfish.
Yeah, catfish.
All right, good job, Matthew.
Catfish.
Woo! Wow.
Okay.
All right, we got another catfish.
My catfish.
That's a good one, Matthew.
Stop, catfish. Biggest fish I've ever caught.
All right. Well, that's crazy. No less than like 5 minutes after they came by and benevolently gave us a catfish, Matthew caught a catfish. So this day has changed. We've changed goals like several times. First it started out we were going to do some bass fishing. And then after bass fishing we were thinking, okay, let's catch a bunch of shad. And then so it turned into a shad mission. Then it turned into a gar mission. And now apparently we're targeting catfish now. So I mean, it's changed, but nonetheless, we're still going to be able to fill up that freezer. At the very least, we'll have ourselves a nice meal. That's especially that one they gave us. That was a big enough one to do a pretty decent fish fry. So I guess it's a catfish day, is what it is. That's what it is. I'm feeling nibbles. I've got one. I've got one.
Got a fish.
I've got one. Oh, watch out, Noah. Oh nope. Yanked it out of its mouth. Oop.
It destroyed Joe's mom.
He really tore up this shad. All right, so back in there we go. All right, folks, we're gonna head back to the boat dock. It's getting sort of starting to get late, and this heat's getting unbearable. It's about to melt my face off. I may have just had a heat stroke just then. So we've got enough catfish for a nice little dinner. We'll see you all back at the boat dock. Well folks, that is all she wrote. We are back in the truck in the air conditioning. And I can finally breathe again. It was hot out there today. I don't think it's honestly been, like, I don't think it was honestly hotter than it's normally been. It just felt so much hotter because there was like zero wind. But all in all, a good day. We got enough food for a good old-fashioned fish fry. If you guys like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Comment if you'd like to see more videos like this. It's probably going to be few and far between that I'm going to get to come up to Oologah after we close on the house down in Eufaula, because this is a lake up north of Tulsa and Eufaula is down south by an hour, so it's like a 2-hour drive. So that's why I wanted to get in here, get some fishing done on Oologah. And we changed our plan like 3 times today. We thought we were going to catch bass, and then we were like, oh, let's get all these shad so that we can catch gar, and then got some nibbles on the gar, and then it turned into you know, just a catfish. But we also had those very, very nice folks give us that pretty decent sized Mondo catfish. So, if you haven't already, subscribe for more videos like this, so that you don't, if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss any videos that we're coming out with in the future. So we will see you all on the next fishing adventure.